bad or medium?
Hi, I'm Jennifer J. Raffloer, and today, for the very first time, I have a co-host, Adam Lang, and we're here today with Master Healer Joseph Gabby. And actually, he was Joseph Gabby the last time I interviewed him, and then he was Joseph P. Gabby, and now he is Joseph Boutros Agape. So, Joseph, that's the first thing I want to ask you. What's up with the name change?
Well, Butros is always my middle name, so I'm not doing anything. And find out that the original of the family coming from Greece, and the last name was Agape. Then
Okay.
when we moved to Lebanon, they chop it to Gabi.
Oh, okay. That makes
So
sense.
I'm still the same, but when I started the art, I decided to go with Agape because in Greek language, Agape means universal love.
Okay.
So, and it suit well into the work I'm doing now. So why not?
Okay. So, when you do the numerology with your new name, what number are you?
I have to be honest, I'm the lousy one to do numerology for myself. I don't remember.
Okay, so it must have been a good number or you wouldn't have kept it.
So I will give you the homework to do it yourself. You're a numerologist too. So
Okay. So, I have your artist statement in front of me, and
okay.
it says you are committed to freeing the human soul. For over 35 years, my focus has been on energy work and have much awareness of energy, vibration, and frequencies. I am here to awaken and empower a new appreciation and function of art. Since 2018, I have been creating acrylic abstract art as an intuitive self taught artist. I am filled with energy and thirsty for alternative expression. My compositions are intense with strong contrasts that bring more healing power into my paintings, focusing on the effects that feelings have in our lives and creating quantum healing art with frequencies of positive emotions brings about empowerment in human consciousness and ultimately frees the human soul. So, couple questions. What is quantum healing art?
Okay, quantum is a higher level of energy coming. Uh, Healing art. Usually, I call my art as a quantum divine art because it's all coming from divine. So from a higher perspective of art. So if look, there is lots of great art out there. We're not sitting in denial of that, but there's a lot of art which is a good art, but they're static. They don't do nothing. This one is 100% infused with energy. It has purpose to it. It has an intent with it. So if I'm doing one for particular person on their own, or I'm doing one in general, I will put the purpose of that art, and then I choose the color because the color is energy. I calculate every color that I put into the art. So the larger pieces that I have, they have 32 colors. Now, emotions also have energy. I calculate the vibration of those energy too.
Okay.
So I will I will do a lot of adding, subtracting, and dividing, and whatever it is. So technically, my art takes longer time to put all the energy I want into the piece of art, but at the same time, when I go to the meditation, I sit down and I it's like I put the painting in no time.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
now it takes a little bit longer if I'm doing layering.
sure.
I need to wait till it dry a little bit and then I continue, or sometimes do wet on wet. So it depends on whatever it transpired to do it. But I don't sit and plan how I'm gonna do this piece of art. And as you notice it from me that I have all different art, but very rare I have two similar.
Correct. Correct.
you
Yep.
know. So, and that will give me the uh, feeling that each one is done for a unique person or persons who are ready for that piece of art, and I'll do it. Now, I never had the opportunity for me in the beginning to be aware what I was doing, and we spoke about that before. How did you make this one? How did you do this one? I have no idea because because I wasn't there. It's like something comes up. Even when I had my kids here, they said, "Dad, wow, this is a great piece." I said, "No, this is only the first layer, honey." I said, "No,
Wow.
don't change it. Don't change it." No, I said, "I have to change it. It's not the first layer because most piece of art I have, I cannot put the 32 colors in one shot in front of you. I have to layer it after layer and layer after layer. And then when we take it into the meditation that I created for the art, this is when you go into the portal that you picked up from that piece of art, that portal, you can start seeing all the colors in the portal because each color have a vibration that was designed to it. And I come from an electrical engineering background and a master of computer science. So in a way, they are programmed in a specific way, and I can
Okay.
change the program. Like the arts that you have at home, when you're ready, I can get you whatever you want to infuse in them because they're already infused. But this is was on in the time that I wasn't aware of it.
Gotcha.
But
Yes. We have four of yours in our
yeah,
home. In our entryway, we have two, one in the living room and one in my woo-woo room, which is my healing room, my energy work room. And they're gorgeous. And when
and
you
that's
first,
was the beginning also of my,
yeah, that was right in the beginning, those. That's right.
you know, because I didn't start doing the big one before 2 years. All the size that I was doing, it was that size, you know. So I just start to branch out because remember, when you come from a background that you have no idea what you're doing.
Very
I'm not an
3D.
artist. I'm not an artist. I never been into art. I traveled 47 countries, but I never went into an art gallery in any country because I wasn't into art. So now, when it happened, one of my clients invited me to his birthday. His girlfriend said, "We're doing paint night." Now, anybody normal that never done something, what we usually say, "Oh, I don't do art." And I create an excuse for not to come. But what I said to the, "What time, where you want me to go?" Without thinking about it, I just left. And it was during Mercury retrograde.
Oh, wow.
And I had the painting of Mercury retrograde. It was darker, but it has, you see the purple coming out from here. There's this coming, but in a very subtle way. The artist, she said, "I'm doing the same thing next month for the same painting that we try to work with. Do you want to come?" And this way it won't be any more retrograde. You can see light and dark completely. It's a whole different painting, but for the same painting. And those two paintings were my first time I do oil.
Okay.
So these are oil paintings. So from that aspect of it, it's like I'm a learning process on my own on it every day. And I created from that 3 different courses on art.
Hmm.
Awaken the artist within. Then I have a certification on how to infuse the art. And I have another one now, how to do the meditation through the art.
Okay. And how many men do you have signing up for your classes? Like, for example, someone
Then
like Adam, I always tell him he's very 3D. Would you take somebody like that that's highly
what
functioning in 3D and just being exposed to
we all started in 3D.
multi-dimensional?
We all started in 3D and we still are in 3D. You know, we have to live in, we're only, the one who are aware of this 3D, they only have to jump in between.
Okay.
because we know how to jump. But the other one, they don't know, but doesn't mean they cannot learn it,
Yeah.
Well,
you
Joseph,
know?
I wanted to ask you, Joseph, you studied engineering in the early 80s, as did I. So we are trained problem solvers, right? People come with an engineering problem to solve, and we have a very robust process. And we use data and metrics to understand the problem, to measure it, and then understand the target condition and design a way there. A very 3D robust process, depends on
Mhm.
data. And you've made the change to artist, which
The
to
artist came
me,
at 55. At 55 came the artist.
well, yeah,
Remember?
very, very soft, squishy, relies on feelings. Uh,
Yes, but I
how
started
did
the
that
feelings
happen?
from earlier. No, when I graduated in New York from the computer science, my master in computer science, 3 months into that, I quit engineering and the computer science. So I moved from New York City to Montreal. And this is when I embarked into my spiritual journey. And in my spiritual journey, this is when I start to get into the feeling and started my healing work. I started numerology. I start, so the the engineering and the computer science helped me for two things. First, I can be able to help anybody who's logical, coming from those backgrounds, because I've been there. I know what it is. So, and I have a lot of logical people in the groups that I have. So, and the one I do one-on-one even. So the logic, those people with logic, they have a logic, but they're very, very efficient if they switch their logic mind, which I call the monkey mind, little bit from that and switch it into the feeling way, because it will become wider for them. And you can start seeing from them stuff that they never experienced in their life, even because it is more fulfilling that we use all our senses, not to be stuck with one sense and that's it. I'm a version of me. You're multiple tasker, you're multiple feeler, you're multiple everything. So that is the great thing. So I started working with that. I had to bridge myself. And the first time it happened to me when I got a major experience that I need to do something about it. And my girlfriend at that time, she suggested to see her meditation teacher. I said, okay, let's see what I'm gonna do. Sit like this. What's happening here now? You know. And so she talked to the teacher, and that teacher said, "We started the class 6 weeks ago. I still have 6 more weeks, but we are 19 people, and the table fit 20. So that means that's a chair for him.
Wow.
Nobody took it because that was kept for him. Now, my logical mind, what that logical mind told me, hey, wait a minute. You're going to go for, you don't know what's happening there. I said to myself, I'm going to stop everything of my logical mind for 6 weeks. So I give myself the chance. If I don't get something in 6 weeks, I'm out of it for good. Is it fair? It's a fair chance to give myself. Within 6 weeks, I was reading the whole 20 table at that time, including the teacher. So
Psychically.
technically, I was given readings for all of them. So, and it started to open. So the teacher left that class and she then invited me. She's starting a development class at her place. Do you like to come? I said, yeah, why not? Me, I don't, if even if something I don't have a knowledge about it, I don't decline it. It's like you're telling me, how about having some Vietnamese food? I never had Vietnamese, but most people say, oh, I don't know. Can we go to another type of food? You know, no, I always say, why not? Let's have it. So I cannot. It's like when you go tourist to Paris, and well, it's the best food available there, and somebody, because it happened to me when I was there a few times, and somebody say, Do you know where the McDonald's is? You're in Paris, for God's sake. You're in Paris. You know, why you want to a McDonald's now? You know, you have enough time to go back to McDonald's. You know, but the point is how curiosity we have in us to say, I'm not that. That's mean we honor ourselves where we are. I'm not that, but am I willing and open have the open-mindedness to do something that I never done before?
Hmm.
Because if I turn that invitation to go to that birthday party, I don't have all of any of these.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You know what I
So
mean? Because we all have many things we have to do, but we centered on the safety of what we do
Mhm.
so
because something we feel we know it. Yeah,
when you were doing that meditation for the 6 weeks and you started reading people, so your channel opened, you became a channel
big
and you
time.
were reading people psychically. And then you were doing the numerology and you were doing energy healing,
This is
channel,
after.
channel, channel. You're still a channel for the divine. And now when you're doing the paintings, you're a channel again for the
Again,
divine,
again.
but you're seeing a very 3D version of your what you're creating is very 3D. We can see it with our eyes, we can touch it. But in addition to that, Joseph, I know from experience, because when you first started painting, I was helping you name your paintings and I was looking at them to help figure out what could we call this painting, and it was putting me into a meditation. So it's not
Yes,
just 3D anymore. It's
they're not
multidimensional.
3D.
They're portals.
They're not. Look, this is what happened when my own guidance that I'm working with. I call it supreme intelligence. If when I'm working with it, they said you already started from day one into the painting. You've been infusing the painting because you are aware of it unconsciously. You've been doing healing in all your life. You've been doing this all your life. You've been doing, you know. So we trained you for 30 years. So you have all the knowledge you want. You started electrical engineering where you learn about voltage, amps, and the frequency, and you switch it to metaphysics, become energy, vibration, and frequency. And I read a little, not because I don't read usually. I watched few videos of uh, Tesla, and he resonated well with me. I have almost a degree in mathematics that I didn't finish it. I have a degree in nursing that I didn't finish it. I have a degree in many different degrees, but I never finished them. But I just taken them for fun. You know,
Yeah.
at that
Yep.
time there was no woman in the electrical engineering, so I asked my advisor, "What can we do in this? This is too boring. The electrical engineering." He said, "Why don't you go to the nursing classes?" You know, when I entered into the nursing classes, I was the only guy out of 55 women in the class. I said, "That's heaven here." You know, that's why I took nursing. It's not like, you know, because I like to explore. I'm a Gemini. You know, you have to take that into
Same.
consideration. You know, I like to explore those different things. You know, you cannot tell about something if you like it or not without trying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
So
cannot try it for one time. You have to try it, give it the time to sink in.
Hmm.
so when somebody comes to you for a healing now, you're coming at them from master healer artist at this point, right?
Yeah.
And you're introducing them to one of your paintings. Like if somebody came to you for a healing, like I say, hey Joseph, I'm having anxiety and I know you're a healer and I know you have these paintings. What would you do for me or what would you suggest?
Uh, we're gonna discuss the feeling. What feeling you have from your whatever happened to you. You
Okay.
know, like if it happened, you have, for example, anxiety. So
Okay.
can you describe your anxiety? Because most people they have no idea what it is. They just said, "Oh, I have anxiety," but they don't know exactly what they're talking about because it's actually coming from another feeling.
Okay. Fear.
It's nothing fear or whatever it is. So I said, "Can you define me that anxiety?" And we had a conversation of half an hour, you know, whatever it leads to, and I can take them layer and layer underneath it, and that, oh, we find the feeling. Good. Now, if we take that feeling, how do you see that feeling if we bringing that feeling into positive? How does it look like to you? How hurt, for example, what hurt means to you in a positive way? How can you see yourself without the hurt in a positive way? Sometimes they
Gotcha.
say, I don't know. And sometimes they say, I know. And either way is good in either way. So I'm still here. And we have a funny internet. So,
Mhm.
but the point is, once we get the positive, then I said, let's do a small meditation. Now, before we go to the meditation, if this is the first time they're talking with me, I'll introduce them. Before, when I used to do the healing, I invite you your guides. Remember those?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Yeah. So I used to do the guides. Now I don't do guides anymore.
No guides.
No guides. Zero
Wow.
guides. I do everything through your identical self. Because
Identical self. Okay.
because I don't want you to have dependency on someone else fixing it. I want you to depend on your identical self that is part of you to do the healing from within.
Okay.
Okay, now let me explain you the identical self, who that identical self is. Now, do you remember, Adam, those older scales that you put
Mhm.
a weight here and then you put how many kilo to find out how many pound or kilos is the thing? Now, if you put tomato here and you put some weight, oh, it's 2 kilos. Okay, great. I'll take that. So, and it's the same when it comes to feelings. Now, if you had a feeling of being, uh, whatever feeling comes into mind, hurt. Now, how can you measure hurt? There's no scale to put hurt into it. So that's mean every person on earth, they're gonna be walking limping because hurt is a heavy feeling. And so in order to balance us, automatically was created the identical self. The identical self is completely working with the positive of hurt in order to
Okay.
bring us to balance,
The
to
polar
bring us to
opposite of
balance,
hurt.
opposite of hurt to give us a balance. Because the same
Okay.
as we put 2 kilos here to measure how much the weight of the tomato, it's the same thing. We get the positive of that. So all of us, with all about all the nonsense we all carry, we think we are this way or we are that way. We have an identical self within us that is there to balance that feelings.
Okay.
Hmm.
And all of these identical self are living into the multiverses in a parallel lifetimes with us, all of them. And when I used to say before that we have for many for almost 30 years, I will say, look, don't take your life for granted. Your soul been preparing for this lifetime before you come for at least 100 years. They tried all the different choices you might take in life, the right one and the wrong one. They tested it everything before you came to make it as easier on you as possible. So so
Life planning.
each one of those identical self that were created or you were testing, it's already created your identical self that are living in the multiverse in case you need their help to adjust. They're all inside of us.
Wow. That's a lot to process, Adam.
I don't know. With the feeling stuff, Joseph, not only am I an engineer, 3D, but I'm also raised by two German parents. So we have a lot of guardrails on our feelings.
Don't worry, I'm working with German people. I work
The
enough with.
last time I shed a tear, I was probably about 5 years old. I so there's gonna be a great awakening someday, I'm sure.
Look, look, it's not about the awakening, it's about changing your way of saying things around you. That's all the change you need to do, nothing else. If you say, oh, I can't do that, why not? Let me do it.
Well, he believes if it's not broken, you don't need to fix it, right? What's the saying? If it
Yeah,
ain't broke, don't
yeah,
fix it.
yeah.
Yeah. So he would say
Look,
that he's not broke.
Look, I'm not saying
Well,
he must have something to be broken for him. No,
eh,
I look at it from a different perspective. You have to watch Adam from which side, from which, what's the side he have that it always, he's always complaining about. That's a broken thing. And anything he complain about, that's a broken.
Correct.
Don't tell me no. It is
yeah.
the fact of life. I'm talking logic now with you. Every item, look, you take a pad and you write down, he complained about this. He complained, and at the end of the day, you give him this full page. This is all you complain. What are you planning on doing about it?
What do I complain about? I complain about politics, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Let's not get them started with the
But
politics.
forget politics. Politics is the least of interest. But
mm,
if you're screwing a screw somewhere and your hand went and you complain about that for whatever reason, then find out what's the feeling behind it. Because that happened in order to bring you that feeling. Don't deny those aspects of few things that are simple even. They don't have to be complicated. But there's one good news for you to know.
what's that?
The harder you are, it's easier to break you up.
Oh, really? All right.
You heard about W44, right?
W44.
Or 40,
Oh,
W40.
WD-40.
Yeah,
Oh, I use a lot of that. Yeah.
yeah. So that is to loosen up your, everything that is rusty.
Yeah.
So you're only rusty. That's all it is.
I I do a lot of work with old trucks, so I'm always dealing with rust. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's only
you
rust.
know, he was
So you
working
see,
on bolts that were rusty, so you couldn't move them.
Yeah.
So what did he need to do to get these bolts apart? He needed to apply heat,
Heat. Yeah, we use torches. Yeah.
fire.
That's right.
and now with the fire, that's your job. No, but seriously, don't think about it of my background, of my career, of my anything, because the harder we think about how we are, the easier to break us. For what reason? Because you're not here as a human being. You never are, you never will, and you're never gonna be.
You're an
You are a
alien.
spiritual being. You are a spiritual being. Your body is a car rental to me. You don't like it? Change the car. Because the first person that came to your body was your soul, or a fraction of your soul came in into your body. So the ignition, the house of your body is your soul. That's mean you have one part of you spiritual, you are in denial of it at this moment. That's all it is. But once you get yourself geared up, you completely can break free. Now, what I realized recently in these recent years, that art is a kind of solution that can be going in between, and that can completely, like a WD-40, it will be completely moving things out. Because you can, if you have a feeling about something, if you have something, I invite people in Awaken the Artist Within to take that feeling, and I go dump it into the painting.
Okay.
That's all. I don't
Get
want
it
them to
out.
do anything. It's not about is the painting is good, is beautiful or not beautiful. It's not your choice to judge it. The most painting that I didn't like at all are the first painting I sold, by the way.
Mm.
Hmm.
Don't ask me why. Because I wasn't doing them for me.
Hmm.
Okay. And you didn't know it at the time either, right?
Hmm?
You
No,
didn't know it at the time who you were doing the paintings for.
no, nothing. I have a complete, this is what I'm doing this, what I'm feeling this. I had the urge to do it that way. I had the urge to put those colors. I had the urge, because I trust my intuition. And we all
Yep.
have intuition.
Yep. Yep.
So your way of thinking on the logical side, where is it coming, by the way? From your intuition. but you're not using it in the open because you have a seal around it to protect it. Look, I did electrical engineering. I hardly bought a book in the electrical engineering. I used to go to class and I do the test. I didn't even have a book for what I heard and for what I started to download unconsciously. And I passed all my electrical engineering very high grade. So it's
It's
not
because you
about what you know or what you do is not any of that. It's what to start identifying of who you are. Because if you feel you start getting into some boredom, then explore. Why you sit on the boredom? Boredom, what's gonna get you? Anxiety. What's gonna get you? Many different things. But why don't we take we look when we you have a coin dollar, for example. You don't have you have paper, but in Canada, let's take the loonie.
okay.
You know, now if you flip that loonie, it came on the head. Now all of us take that head and we're walking life all together on the same head and complaining and bitching ourselves and doing whatever it is we're doing, but we're not happy. Now, excuse me, that coin has another side. Why don't you switch it? That's all it is. Because if
Flip
you're
it.
negative in here, the switch is a positive.
I
That's
don't
all
know,
it is.
Joseph. The 3D world can be pretty exciting.
Is it? Good luck.
Like you're walking by the sink and you hear a drip and you turn around, right? And you start investigating. Why is that drip going on? It's not for everyone, but
Would you give yourself the permission to accept new things?
of course, I
That's
try
what.
it. I try it.
Don't use the word try because you try, but it didn't work. Okay, I'll leave it. No, trying is a negative word.
Oh, you got to be all in, right?
You
Yeah,
have to be all in.
yeah.
You have to commit. It's a commitment. It's a big time commitment. Either you're in or you're out.
Mhm.
Like for
I
me, for
understand it.
example, when I started the painting, when they told me that you are already infusing the art from your knowledge without you knowing about it in the beginning, because we don't want to let you go out of it. We want to get you hooked first. And then I got a conversation that said, "Are you gonna take it? You're gonna commit to that work?" So yeah, yeah. Then they came 2 months after. You haven't done anything yet. Are you gonna commit for that work? I said, yeah. If you don't want, let us know. We have somebody else to replace you.
He's talking about his guides. So he
Oh,
listens to his guides, his higher self, and that's when he
Mhm.
says they were talking to him. It's his guides, right, Joseph?
yeah, yeah. So they asked me, "Do you want?" I said, "Yeah," and didn't do nothing about it. And they said, "We have a replacement if you want." But they said, "But" at the end of the words, as they told me, "But we prefer you to do it. Even if we replace somebody, we're gonna send that person, he or she, whatever, whoever it is, for you to train them because you are the one with all the knowledge about it. You've been working with it for 35 years.
Yeah.
Because what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna take all the healing work that you've done, all the numerology that you've done, all the everything that you've done, the metaphysical world, and you're gonna put them inside of the painting. And for me, I didn't believe that's gonna work in the beginning. But when I start doing it, when I went into the Vancouver center here, when it was an exhibition, when I have all displayed the painting, and I keep seeing people standing and staring up to the painting. I said, "What the heck are these people doing like this?" You know, I mean, they said, and many people said that we couldn't believe how much we feel those paintings are talking to us.
You're looking at his paintings like
You know, now I had one woman, I had one painting that is over there on the wall, which is for the sacral chakra, and she was crying. She was sitting next to it for 10 minutes and she was crying. I said, is there something I can help you with that? You want whatever you want to release, you want to release it. Are you ready to release it? She said, how am I going to release it? I said, well, I'll take you through a meditation. Many people were watching me,
Wow.
and I took her for a small meditation, 10 minutes meditation, like the one I sent it to you.
Mhm.
And I took her for whatever that emotion. She was physically abused, and that was
Wow.
sacral chakra.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
that painting is about the womb,
Yep.
you know, and was 10 minutes. When we finished it, she said, oh my God, I feel there's nothing into it anymore. It's all gone.
Amazing.
One artist was watching. She said, is it possible to have one? If can you come tomorrow earlier before the show open? We can.
Oh, yep.
And she
Same
had a
issue.
lot of, she, she have a bigger issue than her even
Yep.
in
Wow.
that area. So, and then when I received somebody that said, I have allergy, I have this, and they go home, it's gone, it's gone. Then I said, maybe this is, I should take it more serious. Now, all my old program, I switched them to this new system. We're moving to 5D. So that 5D, that can be approachable. But what I found through the art is more receptive for people to accept it easier, even if
Gotcha.
they don't have to be understanding of art, because the colors are appealing.
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
Yep.
You
He
know,
loves
you
the
know,
paintings. He has no idea what's
Yeah,
going
now
on with them.
I might love them from a 3D perspective. I like geometric patterns, and some of your paintings are very detailed, almost repetitive geometric patterns, and I like that. I really like that. So I'll stare at that and say, "Wow, this is
you know,
intense. Look at all the
how about
detail."
this one here?
A lot of structure.
Lot
Is
of
that
structure.
is that like vibration number 4?
This one, it was, I was doing a workshop, a whole day workshop, and the people that were in that workshop attending, at whatever energy I had, I was so overwhelmed with the energy, I put it into the painting, and this is the energy that came out from it.
Wow.
You know, so look, there is a lot of possibilities. Is how much are you willing to be open-minded? Because if you have a little bit of the open-mindedness, I can have you turn into, from being flat, everything working, that I'm comfortable, I'm safe in that process, to become excited that there is something bigger that you can use from even the experiences you have. You can use it from a different level, because you never lose any of your experiences. Your experiences, you earn them.
Mhm.
So you're gonna take from that and go, take it from that perspective. I have a lot of people that came from accounting. Accounting is boring job, you know. They start doing numerology now. It's more exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, and they're not just accountant. There's more professional into it. I don't know what labels they give the acronym of three numbers, but they're coming from a higher level, and that's dangerous for their job to say, I can do numerology too, you know, but they're doing it. And one of them completely quit everything, and he's doing it full time, and he's
Okay.
speaking, and he's doing anything.
Is
Look,
that
I'll give you
Stefan?
an, no, it's not Stefan. It's someone, Dwight from Arizona,
Oh, okay. Okay.
you know. Uh, but the whole Stefan is the one who invited me to his birthday,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
you know. So his girlfriend, she have somebody as her friend to do the paint night. So, but this is where the whole point of everything. So, am I gonna depend on getting by as life as monotone as it is, or I'm gonna bring something, and what my quality? Now, a numerology chart can tell exactly who that person is. You can identify exactly where they're coming from, what
Mhm.
hurdles they have in their life, what's happened in their life, and we take it. Now, if we're gonna go different with it, if somebody have already some diseases in their body, we're gonna go for the psychosomatic numerology. I'm the only one in the world who handled that because I studied psychosomatic therapists, and at that time my teacher said, "Can we merge them with neurology?" I said, "Yeah,
Yep.
why not?" And
Okay.
I did. I got information from her. I have my own information and put them together, and that was it. And it brought to start understanding the relationship of our emotions and where we got stuck in life and how it's affecting our body and the diseases we attract.
Okay.
So, all
So
it's possible.
that's in your paintings as well. The psychosomatic numerology is in
It's
your
all in here.
in all in there. Do you want to grab one of your paintings and show us what you do in your class? And
Ah,
ah,
you're making me work now, eh?
yeah, you got to pick one out of all those, right? Which one are you going to choose?
I'm gonna get you one for abundance.
Pick one you've been neglecting lately, like that child you leave at the end bedroom. Dust that one off.
I know
Wow,
you.
this is a big one.
Whoa.
Was that in the class last night?
Yes.
Ah, okay, that's why I recognized it. So, yeah, Joseph did a video meditation on release, and he sent it to me yesterday to watch, which was really good. If anybody's interested in a meditation regarding release negative emotions, fears,
No,
anything like
the
that.
one yesterday, it was on receiving.
Oh, receive.
Yeah,
Sorry, receive.
yeah. So,
I got it mixed up with the other one. Receive.
so you see this one here, you have so many different colors. You can see obviously on the outside, but there are a lot on the inside also. You don't see. So, and this is a big painting,
It's huge.
but for somebody who have it can handle so many things. This is on abundance. That's mean abundance financially, abundance in love, self-love, and also about career if you want to have it from that perspective, if you want to bring it to abundance in health. So you can take it in any direction you want because I have enough feelings inside, positive feelings, that is uh, obvious to it. Now, I was into a gallery, putting the stuff in a gallery. One guy was looking at it. He said, "I feel negative though." I said, "What's the feeling you're feeling negative?" He
Hmm.
told me the feeling. I said, "Great. How those feelings look positive?" He told me the positive. I said, "Can you come a little bit? Let's read what's written on it." Everything was written on it was the positive side of what he saw negative.
Oh,
He already read it on his own.
wow.
He attracted the negative because he still have them. you know,
Okay.
he still have them. And this painting had exactly the opposite.
Polar opposite. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is where you can take the aspect of every painting. So the way the process I do it, I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. I ask
Hmm.
everybody to close their eyes. Now, when you open your eyes back at the painting, where your eyes goes immediately, that point, that will become the portal that you're gonna use. So
Okay.
everything else is irrelevant.
Gotcha.
So that's the point you're gonna use for where your eyes landed on the painting. So I will ask, can you check me all the colors around that portal? Because that all these colors are gonna be used in your healing inside of the portal.
Okay. And
So
so
I'll
you
ask you,
keep that portal in your mind's eye,
and
right?
you have to save it into your mind's eye.
Okay.
You have to take it and make an image of it and put it into your mind. That's all it is. Now,
What part do you like? Where's your eye settling? What color?
Here, do you want something else? Maybe
No, that's
this,
fine. He's been looking at us.
maybe
Good.
this one is too strong.
Too strong.
You know,
He
because
took it away from you.
there is a lot of possibilities, you know. Here, I brought you two. You can choose the one you like. You have this one.
Do you like that one?
Mm,
Mm.
totally different.
This one here, or you can have another one. I'm getting ready for you because this way,
Oh, wow.
Oh, we talked about this one.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, this was on one of your calls, one of your recent calls.
yes.
Yeah,
And this is
we
a
did.
recent painting, by the way. I still don't have the name for it, or
Oh, I
maybe
got
I
a
had
couple
it. I
names.
read, I, I read it. I wrote it down somewhere, but I didn't use it yet because it's
Yeah,
not
he's
on my
familiar with this one.
because it's not on my website. You know, so the point is you pick that space and you start looking to the color here. Then I lead you to go to the island because we do the meditation all in a private island view, and this is where depends what we have to work on. Then I can immediately create the direction we have to go with it. And that's it is. But remember, anything I do me is irrelevant when you don't have the intention you want to do something about it.
Gotcha. Yep. Intention is huge.
It's a huge commitment is bigger even.
Mm.
You know, so if you say I'll try, this say I'll try, it means nothing.
I am doing.
I'm doing it. I'm giving my best chance to have me cracked out from my stagnation.
Correct.
But but where you are is nothing wrong with it. If you're happy with it, then stay with it. But if it's gonna affect a lot of things in your life, then why not to have an open mind? Say, let me do something else.
Sure.
Let me explore my possibilities.
Mhm.
You know, you're an engineer. If you don't try different routing, you don't find that there's a solution here too.
Mm.
We can have different choices, different aspect to anything. So, and how open-minded are we to say, I can do this, I can be this, I can, you know. And there is one thing I did in my event. This event is a very powerful event. If both of you show up to that event, because it's called basically that event is partnering with Supreme Intelligence.
Okay.
Last
Can
time when I
Jasper
done it,
come?
huh?
Can Jasper come too?
No,
Yeah.
you know, you keep him in the truck.
You'll have the tuning fork.
Yeah, I use it there too.
Oh, perfect.
You know. So, but what happened was in that event, last time I had it, I had only one sentence, the whole event, and
One
everything was
sentence?
live for me. Everything was live. I
Huh.
had one sentence. I wrote it on the board because
Wow.
anything we're talking in the event, I refer back to that thing.
What was the sentence?
What was the sentence? What if everything works out at the end?
What if everything works out in the
At the
end? Okay. It always does.
It always does. But
Yeah,
but we always put the worst thing case scenario.
that's true. That's true.
And we had phenomenal result from people completely flipped,
I bet.
you know, and that's where the whole beauty of it. So it's how much we really want something, how much we have desire to be the best out of the best of us. Because you're
Mhm.
not competing with Jennifer here, for example, you're not competing with anybody else, you're only competing with yourself. How can I bring my old self and bring an improvement to that old self to a brand new self?
Yeah.
And that's why we find many of us are bored because we don't have the excitement. It's not like I need to compete against my neighbor. No, you have to compete against your old you.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Because we're all on different paths. We have different missions and
And,
different goals.
and nothing
And
right or wrong. It's all
yeah,
good.
nobody's identical.
No. And you cannot be identical. I did thousands of numerology charts. I didn't find two people the same, including
Mhm.
twins.
Even
Mm.
twins.
Even twins, because their name is not the same.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep.
That changed their experience.
Okay.
Look,
So
if yeah,
back to the meditation. So we're on the island, and you bring your clients through that meditation, and when they come out of it, what are the transformations that you have seen in regards
I
to the painting? I'm not talking about all your meditations in the past, because I've been through a bunch of your meditations and they are powerful. But I'm referring to the ones specifically with your paintings.
yes, because in the painting, if you took this one and we went into the portal, then if you're coming to fix something, an experience that happened to you at age 5, so we can go through that portal inside. We can go through completely to through time travel to go back into the past at age of 5 and switch the experience from happening,
Okay.
which means when you switch the experience from happening, that means you're bringing to your acknowledgement, to your knowledge that before the experience, if it happened at 7 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, I mean, 7 o'clock in the evening, if it happened at that time, then either avoid being there at 7
Mm-hmm.
or distract yourself with something else.
Gotcha.
That's mean we already erased everything what happened from feeling and energy and adopted the new way.
Okay, so you replace the bad experience with an alternate experience.
An alternate experience.
Okay.
Then, then we come back into a special room that where you're gonna be doing some work in that room on the inside of the portal. Then we come back and I put you into the med bed.
Can you explain what the med bed is to Adam?
The med bed is a technology. I can send you a file about it too. It's a technology. They call it Tesla technology. They call it alien technology. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It's it's not something new. It's been here probably since the 40s or 50s or 60s. I don't know when exactly the time it was here. But the elite, they never allowed it to be used by anybody because why you want to have people to be healed when they can make money out of their sickness?
Yeah.
So, and the new hospitals, they're going to be from that technology now. And it's coming before the end of this year, you
Okay.
know, and it's coming worldwide, not only to the States or to Canada or anywhere, it's worldwide. So the whole consciousness is changing.
So
So
you
it's not
take
like
them to like
the med
a
bed,
med bed.
a med bed, and to erase all the stuff that, look, when you use your imagination, you can use anything. When you start tapping into that med bed and you have the intention, you want to clear things out, you tap into that energy of a med bed.
Which is infinite.
Infinite. You can
Infinite
do anything.
possibilities.
And I had any possibility you want, you can make it happen. Why we limit ourselves to a possibility when there is an infinite in front of you? So I take
Okay.
him to the med bed. Then I take him from that med bed and I go into a space where we're gonna go meet the multiverse. The multiverse is a different choices of the possibilities that we have as exists in our identical selves. So if you decided now I'm gonna be start to be happy in my life, let's show you through the multiverse and how we can jump into a timeline where you are living with that happiness
Okay.
and start bringing it back to yourself.
So
Again,
choose a timeline slash reality
everything.
where you are happy the way you want to be.
Yes, whatever you propose before you get into all of these, we're gonna set you up from that perspective, and everything's gonna work out that way. What if everything worked out at the end of the day?
And it will.
And it will. And to be honest, many they told me going to the med bed is unbelievable. Look, I'll send you the information about the med bed, and tonight you to experience it at night. Said we're inviting ourselves to be in a med bed. Call in on your identical self. Can you assist us doing that in our sleep state? Have something that you're annoyed about it yourself, and something pick up something small.
Okay.
You know, you have a cold, you have something, whatever it is. So and go and have that intention.
Okay.
I
And
go to
they
the
have
med bed
med
every night
beds.
myself. I go to med bed every night.
You do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put my intention to it.
They got one for Jasper, right?
You can put them too. There is
Okay.
med bed for animals, by the way.
Okay. Perfect.
There's med bed for animals. And when they opened the humanitarian center, there was centers with med beds for animals, only animals.
Hmm.
So, so that's available too. So, but the point is your intention. Even Einstein said, knowledge is knowledge, but imagination is so more powerful.
Mm,
The knowledge is knowledge. Okay, we all
that's
have those knowledge,
finite. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, but imagination, it can lead you to every possibility that exists,
Infinite.
infinite. And
Yep.
this is where I'm getting up my teaching towards. I don't want to hear anymore your old story of crap of your mother or your dad or your can you drop this? Didn't you have enough? And if your parents are already gone, they're happy where they are. Can you release them? That's all it is. Why are we insisting to stay in the same space and where we can have the freedom to start living? Because we're not living when you are stressed behind every aspect that happened in your life. And look, we all had problems in childhood. So what? And each one have a different extent from another one. So what? But
Yeah.
do you want to stay in it or you want to drop out of it? That's a choice. And this is where emphasizing on the choices. Any choice you take, if it's a positive, it's gonna give you a positive result. If it's still nagging you to the same thing, you're gonna stay in the same place.
Yeah. Yep. And what a fun way to do it, though, Joseph, to release emotions and flip perceptions through paintings with so many vibrant colors. And it's just something brand new. And
But I want to tell you one thing. What you're saying is true. Awakening the artist, I don't teach you how to paint. I will release the feelings in you. And I invite you, I'll tell you what you have to have for paint. I invite you to go dump those feelings in the painting.
okay.
And we seen unbelievable numbers of painting come out from people they never even touched a brush before.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because there's no judgment, especially on
An
abstract art.
abstract. Yeah.
Abstract, there's no judgment to it.
No, not at all.
As I said earlier, the painting that I never liked are the first one that gone from me. So
They
why
had
for me I
something.
need to judge? Why it's
Yeah.
me I have to judge? The first painting that I ever done, if I was sitting afraid of it, I don't go and put it first day. I have it. I took a picture of it. I had it immediately on Facebook because I didn't care if somebody likes it or not. That's not my judgment for it.
That's not why you created it. So
I didn't create it for that purpose. I was learning something new.
you're a healer.
So it doesn't matter. So it is how you want to repurpose things. So for both of you now, you have one advantage between both of you moving to the 5D. Okay, now with Adam, you have to keep pushing him, Come on, move on, you know. But how about to start to co-create with each other for something, for the betterment of humanity?
Amen. Amen.
Because
Um,
you both can do it, because he have a skill, you have other skill, and just co-create between both skills to empower each other, and then empowering other at the same time.
yeah, well, I hope doing interviews would be one way for us to move along and co-create.
And
And
and and by the way, he might think what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna, and he won't believe what's come out will come out of his mouth if he gets away from his own way.
you must
Because
have hit the
everything
nail
was,
on the head.
you know, somebody has to hear it at one point. Look,
Well,
if he's
Joseph,
gonna tell me, he's gonna tell me, oh no, I'm an engineer. Well, I am an engineer. Big deal.
that's just a label.
It's a label.
It's a label.
It's how you're defining yourself, but doesn't mean that what that definition really even exists.
Yeah, that's one finite point, and you are
This
infinite
is this
points.
is one step here. That's you are today. But look how much possibilities you have around you. Look, I say one thing. You take one of your painting, move it to the bedroom, build a new intention that can combine you both, and it will do the job for you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Because those are designed with a different aspect. This is why I always say it. One painting, you bring it into your space, can change the environment of the whole space.
Mm,
It doesn't take too much. It's intention.
okay. We'll have
I
to
had
pick
people.
out one.
I had people who were sick. They asked me to send them a painting for that. Some of them I done it for specifically for what they need, and some, and you never know what's showed up.
Okay.
I am a healer, but I'm not the healer. I'm a cable jumper.
Cable
I'm
jumper
putting,
cables.
yes, I put something in that person. I take it to the other side, and I'm sitting in between.
Gotcha.
Just, just cross it. I'm not the healer. They are healing themselves because they had the intent to heal. As simple as that. I had people who was 1 hour to live, and they're still alive for 35 years. And then I have people for every different things. They're still doing it much better than they used to be. It's
Hmm.
what do you want? Because at one point our soul is gonna tell us, say, you wanna stay or you wanna leave. But I'm not gonna keep up with your nonsense
Yeah, yeah, you got to be doing something if you're going to stay.
if you're gonna
Something
stay.
productive. I agree with
Because
that.
because you can change. As I said, your body is a car rental. You can rent another one. You
Yep.
go to the med bed will change everything. Did you know that the med bed you can have 30, getting yourself 30 years younger?
Wow. So that'll make me like 5 years old.
Yeah, but don't go under the age of your daughters. That would be, unless you're trying to punish them for what they did to you.
Maybe. There you
No,
go.
but what I'm saying, like I'm 62, I can go to 32,
Okay.
and you can do it 3 times. That's
All right.
another
Well,
90.
as long as I'm serving humanity or doing something productive, I don't mind.
Look, why people die? It's not because they want to die or they have to die, because they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. So what's
Hmm.
the life to be suffering all their life? There's no purpose in their life.
No, no.
And our destiny, technically, everybody asks me, what's my destiny? Is to be happy, joyful, and fulfilled. How much do you have of those? Oh, I have to be happy? Yeah, I'm happy in my work. Yeah, but that a table has four legs. One is emotional, one is mental, one is physical, and one is
Spiritual.
spiritual.
Yep. Four pillars.
Hmm.
Four
Yep.
pillars.
They all
Are
have to
you?
be happy.
They have to be balanced. You cannot have a table one leg short, one leg. It's a wobbly table. This is a wobbly table,
It's unstable.
unstable,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and that can create diseases with that instability.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
we take the shortcut instead of addressing those things. We have the shortcut to leave everything behind. No, if somebody needs some healing now, I can do it one on one with them in 10 sessions if they're ready for it. 10 sessions.
Okay.
If somebody has the will to clear up everything, it doesn't
Okay.
take
So
much anymore.
anybody who's watching right now and wants to heal a new way with these paintings as portals, I mean, how exciting and interesting, not your traditional way of healing, a different, totally new modality created by yourself.
Yeah.
Contact Joseph.
And by the way, I'm not the smart guy on earth, but I never say that's it. I keep exploring new possibilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every one of us has those possibilities available to them, but we don't use them
Mm.
because I never tried this. Oh, that means I'm not good at it. Who proposed you're not good at it? If you're attracted, if something coming into your lab for you to look at, but you never done it before, you don't say I'm not good at it. Why it came in the first place to your lab? Because you're good at it.
Yeah.
It's the way we see
Metaphysical.
things. That's the things how we see us. Is that we have to have the same rhythm to anything, and you become a match.
Yeah, I think I came into his life to open his eyes to a new
Yeah,
way of being.
you have to shake it, but you need the WD 40.
He's getting there.
Well,
You
thank
know,
you, Joseph. This has been great.
Yeah, thank you,
you're
Joseph. I
welcome.
appreciate you and I appreciate your time, your energy, your paintings. And again, anyone that's looking for a brand spanking new way to heal with these amazing paintings and portals and multiverses and med beds and everything else. And if you want your own personal island meditation, contact Joseph. And
Or
Joseph,
if
what's the easiest way for someone to get a hold of you?
they can contact me through my website,
Okay.
soulvisionawakening.com,
Okay.
and
Perfect.
it has my website for the healing, and at the same time, if you click on quantum art, you have my website for the art
Okay.
in there.
Right.
So all in the same place. They just send a message to me from there, or if they lost me, Google me. You might find 20 different names for me, but they are all the same. you know but I because I tested the energy on numerology, I tested it on me. I tested different things to feel how I feel with each vibration I'm using. So that's why I have many names, but it still all come back into to me. Or they can and they can have a free session with me, and anytime they want, they
Okay.
just they can have a free session, because I cannot tell you what you need if I don't know what you have or where you are.
Gotcha.
So feel free to take the free sessions. And it's not if you have the free sessions that you're obliged that you need to buy something. You don't have to buy anything.
Hmm.
Sometimes we are in a crossroad. We need to find what's the best direction we can go, because it's confusing sometimes. you
Yeah, and to
know
see if you're a match, right?
you have to see if you're a match. If you're not a match to me, I'll tell you myself, because but I will tell you exactly. But what I feel for everybody, invest in yourself in having a numerology chart if you've never done it, because it can give you a lots of lights in front of you that you won't believe it. I
Okay.
remember I was doing a chart for one woman. She works in an office, and I said, "You're supposed to be a writer." She said, "I love to write, but I cannot do it." I said, "Why?" She said, "I have a mortgage to pay." I said, "So what's this got to do with this? How I'm gonna make money from writing?" I said, "If you're doing something, you enjoy it, you love it, you make a lot of money. You have to love it." She said, I'm keeping the job just to help me to pay the mortgage. Then out of the blue, it came out of my mouth. I don't know who brought it to me. Said, why don't you sell the house if you don't care much about it?
Ah,
She was completely shocked.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
why you'll keep having the house if you don't care about it? Because everybody told her you should have that for your retirement. And suddenly she listened to the recording for maybe 10 times, 20 times, and she got the guts to go see an agent. And she was shocked how much the house is now worth from
Wow.
what she paid. She sold the house, she quit her job, she rented a condo, and she invested other monies, and she have a lot of monies. She wrote 2, 3 books, I think. The last time I was in contact with her, she became #1 on in New York Times. She started
Wow.
doing public speaking. She was right whatever she's been writing, and she's become a new career for her. Out of my one suggestion, take the problem away from you because that's what's stopping you from being your best.
Sell that house.
In
Wow.
one call, in one call.
Amazing.
That's what
Yeah.
the numerology chart can do if you're listening to your heart and start acting upon it. Because I will receive the information from your own guidance to me to tell you what you need to hear. You know,
As
but
a channel.
as a channel,
Yep.
again the cable guy.
Well, I know that you're in Canada, but happy 4th of July,
Thank you, and
USA
you too.
style
And
anyway.
enjoy. Go have some fireworks now, and and don't get drinking so much, and
Not me.
and but it is enjoy that day. It's at least you have sun,
Oh
so
yeah, it's
enjoy it.
beautiful.
I have sun too, so I cannot complain. So it's time
Good.
for to go to the beach now.
Good.
So thank you for having me
And thank you
on
for
this call.
joining us. And thank you, Adam, for
Thank you, Joseph.
And Adam, you can be really good at this. Just trust in you because don't think I don't have many questions because as a person who is logical, you have so many questions. Trust me on that. I remember my first time I did a 1 day workshop. I had 55 people in the room. I have one skeptic. One. He asked me 100 questions in 8 hours.
oh my God.
When the workshop finished, everybody applauded the whole thing, and they're all instead of coming to talk to me, they went to this guy. They said, "Thank you for your stupid question. You want them to fail one answer. He answered them all, and
Wow.
you helped us to understand the whole numerology 100 times more than he would have done it on his own because of your
Hmm.
question. Because he never not answered the question. He answered them all. Because I'm downloading.
Yep. You're
I didn't
channeling
stop.
you.
I
Yeah.
didn't study numerology. I download a lifetime. I was doing numerology. I was numerologist. So you're not good into something if you haven't done it before. Even you have to remember that we're all spiritual being. We're not a human being. We're a spiritual being
First and
first,
foremost. Yep.
and that's where we adjust it. So if you don't like something you do, just do something else. You don't like your body, then change it completely, and that's available. But we don't trust enough that we are capable, and we are all capable. As a last thought to keep in mind,
Okay.
you have a lot of talking this afternoon,
All
and you know,
right. Thank you again, Joseph.
and he doesn't know what he got himself into now.
Mhm.
Neither did you
So
the first time we started talking.
you know, Adam is all. What if everything works out in the end?
No
Keep that
worries.
keep that question alive.
All right.
All
All
right,
right.
bye
Bye,
guys.
Joseph.